$7 billion across the country. We don't need to know that less than 1/10% give 80% of the money in politics to know this is a problem. We just need to look, and I'm glad that we need to look at cities like Flint. It would not have happened. What was happening in Flint now would not have happened in a community that's affluent. We know that the problem with money in politics is about the haves and the have-nots, and the have-nots are being left out because elected officials don't have to pay attention to everyone. Unfortunately, the conversation about money in politics is only about that. It's not about solutions. It's not about regular people. We don't see ourselves in the story of $7 billion. We don't see ourselves in the story of 158 families getting 50% of the money in politics. We need to change the story about money in politics away from corruption towards participation.
Sorry about that.
Towards a story that says every single person in this room, every single person in a democracy matters. Every single person who... So we want to change the story about money in politics by getting the candidates to talk about the solutions to the issue. We're working on a Fight Big Money agenda with national organizations to force the issuance of the presidential election based on these principles. Everyone participates, everyone's voices are heard, everyone knows who's trying to influence elections, everyone should be playing by the same common sense rules, and everyone is held accountable when they break the law. Very simple. What's exciting is that we know that all of the three Democratic candidates, Hillary Clinton, Bernie Sanders, and Martin O'Malley, have already endorsed this platform and already have solutions that match up. They've put forward policies that match these principles. What we don't hear, though, is them talking about it. We've got to change the conversation about money and politics in the country away from the concentration of wealth towards the fact that we know that there are working solutions in Maine and in Seattle and lots of other places around the country. We need the candidates to actually be on our side saying we have a different story about money and politics than everyone else. We need to say that that's what we're going to fight for. So I encourage you all, when you talk to candidates, when you have the opportunity to press them, ask them what they're going to do. Not just another guy who listens to the problem that makes us more cynical, but what are they actually going to do to fix it? Please hold them accountable with us. You can go to our website, everyvoice.org/fightbigmoney. Where's Hugh Espy? Hugh. He went away. He repeat after me. Fight big money. And everybody else? Fight big money. Fight big money. All right. Thank you very much.
Next up today will be Liz Ryan Murray, Dynamite Organizer for National People's Action.
Thanks, Rudy. I got a couple questions for you. First one is, who here thinks it is okay to charge people who are already on the ropes financially 300% interest on a loan? Who thinks it's right to be trapping those same families in debt for months on end for what was supposed to be a 2-week loan? It's not right. And car title, payday, and installment lenders are stripping billions of dollars from our families' pockets and out of our communities every year. But I'm here with some good news. We have a once-in-a-generation opportunity in front of us to reform the worst practices of this predatory industry. We've got rules coming out from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the CFPB. Folks in this room and across the country fought for the creation of the CFPB. It's a regulator whose job it is to look out for our bottom line. Not the bottom line of the bottom people. But, like always, it's up to us to make sure that the job gets done, and the job gets done right. In the next month or so, CFPB is going to put out for public comment a rule that has the potential to stop cold the worst abuses in this industry, and say, yeah. This rule can say loud and clear that taking advantage of people is not just another business model, it's against the law. 8 billion off of us a year is going to go down without a fight. They're going to fight tooth and nail to keep their ability to rip people off. We have to fight harder. If we're going to get a strong rule that protects families, we're going to need the CFPB to hear from every single person in this room. All of your friends, your family, your congregations, your coworkers. I want you talking to people on the bus. We need a strong rule. We need real reform. It is what we have to have. Right? So we need the CFPB to get a move on. We've been waiting too long for this rule. Right now, go to our website. There's a flyer. It's in some of your folders about it. It's got the website on it, npa-us.org. Sign the petition that's up there on the front page. It says CFPB, do it now. Do it
Hello
soon.
there, this
do it
is
now. And that'll give us a way to
the
get
Family
so when they open
Presidential
this rule
Forum.
and say, industry, what do you think about it? Families, what do you think about it?
Yeah, so
They
yeah,
hear
go ahead and
from
tweet
about what they
families
think about it.
or
Let's
Family
show them
Forum
that real people power
or
is stronger
People
than
Power. You can use it as a hashtag. Or you can also use the hashtag, real people, hashtag real solutions. You can use all kinds of hashtags like that.
Who is going to be introducing a group of folks who held a regional convening here yesterday. Come on.
Looking for one time. All right. Well, yesterday we had 40 executive directors and people that are in leadership from across the Midwest come together for a convening of Black leadership in the Midwest. It was a very purposeful and powerful convening where we all came up with a number of different issues that we're all facing that are interrelated. And so we are going to be speaking to you a little bit about what we experienced yesterday and some of the issues that you all need to be supporting.
Good afternoon. My name is Rebecca Thompson. I'm the Executive Director of Good Jobs Now. And this is my colleague, Daniel Atkinson, of Mothering Justice, and we're from Detroit.
Detroit is one of two cities where the city government literally cut off water to thousands and thousands of people, not just those who are behind on their water bills, but those who are not behind on their water bills. And Flint has been poisoned, their water has been poisoned. And then the government doesn't want to do anything about it.
Have seen significant divestments, and it's resulted in staggering rates of unemployment, poverty, the highest infant mortality rates in the country, and that ain't Hey y'all, so my name is
Whoops.
Hey y'all, my name is Mentana. I am from Minnesota and I'm with an organization called I can talk really, really loud. So the reason I'm here is because Okay. So the reason I'm here today is because
You can't do this during the program.
across the Midwest.
You're not allowed to stand up and take these
Ohio,
pictures
Minnesota,
during the program.
I'm done with that anyway.
Okay.
And what we
So,
did is we
but I just want you to be
decided that we are
sure
tired
that
and we
there's
are
going to be a
sick.
live
We are no
stream of
longer
the
going to
entire
sit here and be
event.
ignored.
So
We know that the 10 worst
anything that
cities
you
for African
want that's
Americans
been
are
recorded
all
will
in
be
the Midwest.
available to you.
We know far
Right?
too
So
often
like you
the
don't have to
Midwest
do your
is
own
considered
because we're doing
flyover
it for
country.
you.
We are no longer going to accept that. So we've decided that we're going to be coming together.
okay.
We're going to be fighting for our
Thank you.
issues together. And we're going to make sure that
We are standing together to demand that the Midwest get the respect it deserves and that we fairly address these disparities and we create an America that serves all.
Hello, y'all. My name is Corey Mason, the co-founder of Fearless Leading by the Youth, a grassroots community organization. We are a Chicago-based organization, as well as being responsible for getting the level 1 trauma center inside the University of Chicago after 30 years of systematic operation. As a young Moorish man from the south side of Chicago, I and many other Chicagoans are experiencing the corruption that is a part of the culture of Chicago's government that we experience on a daily basis. This corruption is a part of a legacy of state-sanctioned violence that is manifested physically via police violence. For example, the John Burge torture cases, and also the police concealment of homicides. This culture of corruption affects us physically through economic violence, which leads to so many of our black and brown brothers and sisters packed in juvenile temporary detention centers and prisons all over the Midwest. That's not right. Now, when this is coupled with our high homicide rates, Chicago has officially been named Chirac. These issues of culture of corruption is not exemplified only in Chicago, but this is exemplified in all of our states in the Midwest as well. This is why the entire nation is looking towards the Midwest for examples of successful leadership and activism and community organizing. That is why I am more than glad to hand this brother from Wichita, Kansas, the mic right now.
My name is Juwan Watts, as you all know. I'm a director from Sunflower Community Action out of Wichita, Kansas. Now, Kansas is often looked at as a flyover state. I'm here to tell you today that we are not. The epidemic of state-sanctioned violence has reached the very heart of our nation. If you look at the numbers per capita, officer-involved shootings that result in a death exceed that of Detroit, Chicago, and New York. It's an epidemic. Each of you have an obligation to work with us to counteract and to stop state-sanctioned violence and the murder of Black and Latino people in America.
Hi everyone, my name is Candace Montgomery. I'm here with BLM Minneapolis.
BLM is Black Lives Matter.
One of the many folks who really hold down our chapter and are key in the recent occupation and the continued work coming out of that. What I really just want to talk about is a call to action and calling all of you to really step up and support and follow the leadership of Black folks, especially young Black women, Black trans folks, Black queer people.
Or hashtag Black Lives Matter, spelling the words out. You get tweeted either way.
For too long, even within our own movement, we've been talking about injustice and economic injustice without really getting into the ways that these evil things intersect and interact, right? And so what we're calling on folks today is to talk about economic justice while also talking about racial justice and gender justice. Bring out that full and complete narrative, right? Because just like rural communities in Iowa, Black communities are getting their resources extracted strategically as well, right? We are in the same boat. And when we say Black Lives Matter, we're saying that because we know that these systems were built on and tested on the backs of Black folks, right? And so when we're able to lift up those systems, break down those systems, we all get to get free. So when your friends at the local bar or your family member at complaining because those young black people shut down an airport or a mall or a highway, step up and stand up for us. Stand up. Remind them the reason why we're doing it, because every 23 hours, we have to worry about losing another one of our family members, right? And beyond that, every single hour, every single second, we know that black folks across the country, and especially in the Midwest, are not getting the food they need, the health care they need, the housing they need, the clean water that they need. And that's why we're standing up and saying Black Lives Matter. We're calling all of you, whatever space you are in, your organization, to demand racial justice and to demand that Black Lives Matter in all of the spaces that you rock into. Okay? Can y'all do that? Before I introduce the next person, I want to ask you one more time, everybody scoot in, shoulder to shoulder. We're going to have more people filtering in. We're going to be at total capacity. So scoot in towards the center, please. Don't leave open spaces so we can let people filter in on the outside aisle. This is a great crowd. Okay, I'd like to introduce to you Mr. Mike Griffin, so let's get some chants going.
Hey! What's up, Iowa? You guys seem a little fired up here. Last time I was in Iowa was January of 2008, working for then candidate Barack Obama. A chant that we did back in 2008, I'm gonna try to see how we can be fired up right now. I say fired up, you say ready to go. Fired up! Change the world. I am still trying to change the world as a field director with a group called Neighborhoods Organizing for Change of Minneapolis. And a chant that we do in Minneapolis, I'm going to try in this church today. I say, who are you? You scream out powerful people. I'm going to say, who's ready to change the world? You scream out, we will. Who are you, powerful people? Who's going to change the world? We will. Who are you? Who's going to change the world? I said, who are you, folks? Who's going to change the world? Who are you? Who's going to change the world? I'm Mike Griffin one more time with a group called Neighborhoods Organizing for Change. One of the big campaigns that we have is called Workers' Rights, where we're fighting for everybody to go from a minimum wage to a living wage. We think it's $15 an hour. 15 now.
You can tweet fight for 15.
Now. 15.
You can tweet 15 or fight for 15. Or yelling 15 now.
Who are you? Who wants to fight to change the world? Who are you, folks? Who wants to fight to change the world? Who are you? Who wants to fight to change the world? Follow some instructions here. I feel like this crowd is hyped. You guys are fired up. The people united will never be defeated. The bottom floor here, I'm going to ask you to join me with the people united, and I want the balcony on the top of your lungs to scream out, we'll never be defeated. I'm going to ask you to stand up. On your feet. On your feet. louder and louder. The people united will never be defeated. 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 Who is fighting up to see Senator Sanders? Who's fighting up to see Governor O'Malley?
That is your surprise for the afternoon.
That spirit that was inside of me in 2008 still reigns strong here in 2016. I'm gonna ask you, who are you? Who is the fight to change the world? Who are you? Who is the fight to change the world? Who are you? Who is the fight to change the world? I'll see you in 10 minutes, folks.
Well, we're not done yet, folks. Next, Michael McDowell will release the word.
Hello. How y'all doing? So, I'm also an organizer with Black Lives Matter Minneapolis, and I just wanted to... And how many workers do we have in the room? I figured that. Okay, so this is a piece that I wrote. It's called A Letter to the Worker, and I hope you enjoy it. The worker breaking their back for the breadcrumbs this land calls wages. The homeless family working full-time wondering if a job won't and what will help our situation. The single mother who desperately needs those hours because she's behind on payments and the rent just ain't waiting. Workers working for a promise that if they work hard, they'll eventually see the fruits of their labor. Workers working for the hope that one day time, family, and opportunity will be things they too can savor. Working for a land that has made your struggle and humanity invisible. Working to show this land, trying to get it to understand that through your sweat, your blood, the countless hours worked and endured is your love made visible. You're forced to work, but if you're black, trans, or of color, the business is never hired you. Then when you get the job, for the very same reason they neglect and or fire you. Don't let you be undocumented or have a record, because then the boss is really acting fool. No benefits, no sick days, no pay stubs, and we'll still wages from them too. But don't forget not to set a schedule so we control their lives in every single thing they do. So you're stuck in this trap, and that's exactly where the system wants you. Deal with these jobs and exploitative spaces that are systematically and inherently racist, all for some petty wages. Just so you and your family can keep your hands above water. So you can keep all the hopes and dreams you hold so dear afloat. I'm with you in the struggle. And the worker breaking their backs for the breadcrumbs this land calls wages. The homeless family working full-time, wondering if the job won't and what will help our situation. The single mother who desperately needs those hours because she's behind on payments and the rent just ain't waiting. Workers working for a promise that if they work hard, they'll eventually see the fruits of their labor. Workers working for the hope that one day in time, family and opportunity will be things they too can savor. Working for a land that has made your humanity invisible. Working to show this land, trying to get it to understand that through your sweat, your blood, the countless hours worked and endured is your love made visible. Was forced to be slaves, now you're forced to wait, to slave for a wage. CEOs running workplaces like plantations because ain't a dang thing changed. Because there's still only one option. It's to wear your body out while stressed out with no time to go about the essential things that a human being needs to continue functioning in a country that don't respect you, your blood, or your sweat. That's plastered everywhere that we stand, walk, and sit. Plastered all over this very building. Because guess what? Workers built it. This is my letter to the worker to say that no one is coming to save you but you. You hold the key to your own liberation. That's why the bosses have held you down, because they know what Workers United can do. You were forced to build this future. But while you were doing so, you were seeing a generation that white supremacy in this country has tried so hard to make invisible. You slaved, you broken your bodies for family, for a dream, and you have and continue through your love, through your work, to make your love visible. Thank you.
Okay, we've got one more. This afternoon, our closer is going to be Rasheen Aldridge, who is on the leadership team from Rasheen, through Missouri Jobs and Justice, and he's an organizer with Fight for 15. Rasheen.
That wasn't part of the plan, but thank you to my Show Me 15 family out there. Before I actually start, I was going to start with a chant. It just wasn't that one. But no, I want to start with a chant. I want to actually start with a special chant. It's really special to the people in Ferguson. It's really special to the people who've been stepping up this last year in the Black Lives Matter movement. It's really special to almost anyone who has really stepped up against police violence. If you know the chant, you can say it with me. If you don't know it, still say it with me. Just repeat after me. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. It is our duty to win. We must love and support one another. We must love and support one another. We have nothing to lose but our chains. We have nothing to lose but our chains. Now we need to blow the roof off this church. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. It is our duty to win. We must love and support one another. We must love and support one another. We have nothing to lose but our chains. 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 My name is Rasheen Aldridge. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. Give you a little background about me. I was born in the city, North St. Louis City, but I actually went to school in West County. I would go to school in the county, and at an early age, something felt real funny. It just didn't feel right. I would go to school in the county, and it would feel different from the city. When I'd be in the county, I almost felt free. When I would go back home to my own community, I felt like I was in a cage. When I would go out to the county, plenty of opportunities. Not so much in my own community. That ain't right. When I would go to school to the county, you could walk down the street and not in my own community and not getting harassed by the police. But when I step foot in my community, you get pulled over and asked where you're going when you just going to the only apartment in the neighborhood. I didn't understand that. I didn't understand why in this community there seemed to be a lot of opportunities. Why in this community, literally the trees look nicer, the grass looks greener, the buildings, everything. But when I would go back to Northside St. Louis, where was the grass? Wasn't too many trees. Like I said, there was only one park in our neighborhood. Around 10th grade, I ended up getting a fast food job. And
Still with 2 jobs, sometimes we didn't have gas. Still with 2 jobs, sometimes we didn't have electricity. Still with 2 jobs, we didn't always have food on the table. So I made it my duty to go work to help her, just to get the essential things like toilet paper, detergent, to help her so we could relieve a little bit of that stress off her, to make it easier for her. After high school, I graduated, right? And I tried to do all the right things. I was still staying home with mom, but graduated from Parkway. I ended up going to a community college and still working at McDonald's. And was trying to move out, trying to get my own place, trying to be a responsible adult. But the reality was, it wasn't that easy. Trying to go to school and work 40 hours when they give it to you, it was hard. Busting my butt day in and day out for a company called Jimmy John that wants you to be pretty fast. Ding dong, Jimmy John.
It really doesn't work that way.
And it didn't seem like it was cutting off. Working hard, working so hard that the prosthetic leg that I have on my